Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day and welcome to episode 47 of All the Gear But No Idea. Dizzy, this is our Christmas party. Welcome.
Oh, it's great to be here with you, Rhodey, at the Christmas party, the annual end-of-year celebrations.
So we're going to wrap up the year today. No guest, it's more of a year in review.
Yes.
So we're going to chat through all the ups and downs of fishing in 2021. Oh, whoops, 2021.
I'll finish off that sentence for you, Rhodey. We are in 2021 and we're moving towards 2022 at a rapid pace, but my goodness, there's been some highlights, Rhodey, and no doubt a few lowlights.
Yes, let's get straight into the oranges and lemons, Diz. This is going to be across the whole year, so we haven't necessarily just stuck to one each. We're going to go through a few oranges and lemons for the year.
Yes, that's right, and let's as most Christmas parties are, they tend to talk about the highlights of the year and they don't dwell on the negatives, so we're going to do the same.
Yeah, we've had some great trips this year, Diz, haven't we?
We absolutely have, mate. We most recently, I suppose, that we can work back in order because the listeners will want to know, we'll refresh their memory later. But the nannies off Scales was a big adventure that we talked about a lot in our episode, probably somewhere in the mid-40s.
It was, Diz. It was good to finish off the Eyre Peninsula trip with a day out at sea, catching some big nannies.
Yeah.
Plenty of them.
Yeah.
In some open water and a fair way offshore.
Yeah, it was. It was always uncharted territory is good fun, and it's what fishing is all about, particularly when you're getting offshore. It's the adventure's half of it, and you do it safely, obviously. And we got out there, the weather played the game, and it was a long way offshore, but it was a great day. A couple of double headers.
Yes, you got a few of your favourite silver trevally, which you love.
Got the trevally and nanny double, and look, the first couple of drifts, Rhodey, weren't great, were they? But then once we got stuck into them, we were laughing.
We did, Diz. We came home strong, and it was a great day out.
It was, Rhodey. Let's cast our minds back a little bit, though, to... Well, certainly our first adventure together in our own boat off of Althorpe Island down there in the bottom of the York Peninsula. But what a day it was.
Geez, we turned it on, Diz. We took your old man out, so there's three of us, and we actually started quite slowly that day too.
We did. We were out there with the rest of them on that sort of...
it was a beautiful January summer's day.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was lovely weather.
Tuna didn't play the game early. We trawled plenty of hours at the start of the day.
No, there were lots of people there and very little action, I think it'd be fair to say, to start with.
Yeah, so we turned our attention to bottom bouncing.
We did, around the back of the island, found some lumps, and we got stuck into them in a big way.
What did we get, a dozen nannies that day?
I think so. A dozen nannies, probably 3 or 4 morwongs.
Good sized blue morwong.
Yeah, good queenies.
So got our feed there and then thought, look, it's getting a bit late in the day. Thought we'd head on in.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled always on the way back in.
Yeah, we did, and it was just that... It was that classic afternoon tuna sunbaking themselves, the ripples...
It was a glass
going
off.
Slightly against the breeze.
But no birds at all.
No birds, nothing. Many boats driving past the schools, Rhodey, either knowingly or unknowingly, we don't know, but certainly it appeared to be unknowingly.
And that was a hot bite.
Oh, it was unbelievable. Naturally, we had Flacky's Troll So Hard lures
as always
dancing around the surface at the back. He's custom made all the gear, skirts that we had, and boy oh boy did they do some damage.
And I'm not sure how many we got that day. We got the bag limit of 6. We also probably would have released probably another 10 to 12.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to do a bit of catch and release, and geez, it was good driving past those schools with all 3 rods going off, wasn't it?
Oh, and by the end, we were only flicking the little skirt out about 8 metres behind the back of the boat, and they were hitting it.
We weren't even hardly trying at the end.
So anyway, that was a ripping bite. We could have stayed out there all day catch and releasing.
Yeah.
But had to get in and get the fish on ice, look after your catch.
Yeah.
But that was certainly the hottest bite of the year.
Oh, it was already.
That was nuts.
What a day. And not too...
I think we got some YouTube footage of that too, actually, Diz, if you're keen to have a look.
Yes. Yeah, we do.
Jump on the YouTube channel.
Always jump on the
channel. Bit of a plug.
And not very long before that, of course, was our annual KI trip at the start of the
always
year.
A highlight.
Always a highlight, where we love to get off that north coast. And we haven't had the same amount of success on the tuna that we have, but we did get into the nannies in a good way, again, off the lumps off the north coast.
It's been the year of the nanny guy, I reckon.
It has, Rhodey.
Our 3 highlights have all involved nanny fishing to some extent.
And that was, of course... and, you know, we're not going to profess to be the first people who invented jigging, but it was certainly our first crack at really trying bottom, you know,
certainly in our own boat,
deep
proper
water jigging.
bottom bouncing with jigs.
Yeah, and Lucy did the damage.
Well, she still calls herself the nanny queen.
She was very, very handy on the end of that rod with a couple of good-sized nannies off that Stokes Bay to Western River area.
Yeah, and we did pretty well on the whiting that trip too, Diz.
We did, Rhodey. We had some good sessions on the whiting, and yeah, the weather was lovely. Did our usual KI sort of touring around the place.
We did, Diz. We did. It was great, and we look forward to getting back there before too long.
Absolutely, Rhodey. What's been some other highlights, mate?
I think our consistency on the whiting. We've always been a little bit hit and miss with our whiting fishing over the years. But this year well, look, I wouldn't say, yeah, we've cracked the code, Diz. We've cracked the code.
After some slight hesitation, he's convinced.
We've bagged out more often than not.
Yeah, no, we've had some good sessions on the whiting, and yeah, we're certainly not going to be professing to be any metro gurus, because we're not.
No, but we've got some good spots over on Yorks, and they tend to deliver. We
do like getting away, particularly that sort of Port Vincent area.
Yeah.
Down even, you know, sometimes a bit towards Stansbury, where they get some really good fish.
Yeah, look, we've got some good spots around there, Diz, don't we?
Absolutely we do. So that's been a highlight, and one thing I think is also very much worth mentioning, Rhodey, has been our journalism career has taken off.
Yeah, look, Diz, I don't know about you, but my English teacher never thought this was coming.
I think I did the lowest level of English in the SACE curriculum.
Yeah, me too.
Whatever that.
And I didn't do a good job of it either.
And I had some very funny looks when I turned in an essay.
But anyway, Diz, we are now...
would not have thought that we were published authors.
About to be 2 times published authors.
Yes.
With our second essay Angler article coming up very shortly.
Yes.
So that probably finishes off the lemon. The oranges for the week, Diz.
It does, and shout out to the SA Angler. Great publication. They
do a very good job, and we look forward to an ongoing relationship in the future.
Absolutely. Great friends of the show. And, Rhodey, let's move on to the lemons. And as we alluded to at the start of the episode, we're not going to dwell on these too much because the year has been more positive than negative.
Yep, but we've got to touch on it.
We do have to remind the listeners about what was an absolute attempt to ruin one of our fishing trips, the Vibrio parahemolyticus.
Yes.
One of the nastiest parasites ever to be found within the common oyster. The
Eyre Peninsula trip almost took a real sour moment when Dizzy was... I think you were almost case 0 of the Vibrio.
Oh, it was. It was a horrific experience. Really bad out of both ends there, basically, for the best part of sort of a week. But I pushed through.
And look, I'm not sure Shad's enjoyed you keeping her up all night, but certainly the worst part of this Vibrio was the loss of fishing time.
Yeah, we did lose a bit of fishing time. And look, I think day 2 after the first night of it, I blatantly tried to ignore it. Got stuck into the beers the next day. I ate another dozen oysters. I just ignored it. And I don't know whether that helped or hindered, but that was definitely a low light, Rhodey.
And I'm not sure we can do a low lights of 2021 without briefly touching on the COVID.
Oh,
We've thought this has been over multiple times and it just keeps coming back to bite us.
absolutely horrific, Rhodey. And quite frankly, I'm sick of hearing about it. And to be fair, we hadn't heard about it for the best part of the year.
And to be fair, it's not over.
No. And
So I could see this. We're going to almost repeat this in the 2022 edition.
well, I hope that we have collectively learnt to move on with our lives and not let it get in the way. Naturally, I want the community to be safe, but it's definitely been a low light, particularly over the last fortnight.
Yes, Diz, no doubt. We won't dwell on that though, because everyone's heard enough.
Yes, absolutely. Brody, let's move on to the merch, because as a good friend of the show, Dan, the fishing guru, who's been pillaging the Murray cod out of the reservoir, might I add,
He has.
doing exceptionally well.
How many
And
days in a row has he been there?
21 days I've heard on the Vine, and he has got so many people onto their first cod. It's just unbelievable. And that's the kind of bloke Dan is. He loves it when other people are learning, engaging in fishing, and getting around it. And yeah, he's a great bloke for it.
And where that story was going is he's stocking the caps, Diz. Is that where you were going with that?
He is stocking the caps, and yes, that's why you need to get yourself onto the new colour.
Grey.
Grey.
It's a beautiful colour.
They look excellent.
They're going pretty well for Christmas presents too.
They are.
I know I'll be giving a few out for Christmas.
They're an excellent stocking stuffer.
They are, Diz. And so you can get them down to Let's Go Fishing down at Christies Beach.
Yeah, you
Number
can.
one stockist, or get in contact with us, and we probably can't guarantee postage by Christmas, but we'll give it a whirl.
No, that's right. We'll give it a red hot shake, Brody. And look, merch for 2022. What does that look like?
Look, there's a lot of talk about some higher quality jumpers.
Some higher quality jumpers and a little parcels come across my bench.
Ah, yeah, Diz. So here is it.
Ready?
We got a Christmas present from an anonymous
A Christmas
listener.
guest from an anonymous listener.
May or
And,
may not be my sister, but we'll...
You will hear the rustling of the Christmas paper as we open these, Brody, because it's something we've been a little bit neglect.
And it wouldn't be a Christmas party without some presents, Diz.
It wouldn't be. That's exactly right.
All right, Diz, so what have we got?
Well, we've got a couple of onesies, Brody.
Oh, I look good in a onesie.
But interestingly, the onesies are extremely small, almost as though you might be expecting next year.
Well, I can probably confirm that for you, Diz.
You're confirming, and unbelievably, there's two. So, yeah.
We're not having twins.
No. Been an exceptional news story that we probably forgot to include in the oranges, Rhodey, that we're both soon to be dads.
Yes, we've kept that one on the down low from you all, but in the first sort of 2 or 3 months of the year, both our partners are expecting young ones.
Yes, and we look forward to getting them into these very heavily fishing-related onesies.
So I'll post a picture for you all, but yes, shout out to my sister for getting the show a little present.
Yes, well done, Ash. We love that. We love you supporting the Christmas show and end of year review.
And look, we're very happy to be have babies on the way, but we're also happy that they can increase the bag limit, can't they, Diz?
Of course they can.
If you've got 3 or 4 on the boat, you can catch 30 whiting.
That's right. There'll be no two ways about it. They'll be getting on the boat before long.
I want to know what size life jacket you can get.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, we'll need to shop in some smaller sizes for you. We're not used to shopping in that smaller size when we're dealing with your hefty rig, big guy.
No, we're not. But anyway, that'll be good to get them on the fish early.
It will, absolutely, Rhodey.
All right, Diz, what else we got?
Well, Rhodey, we should just touch on a couple of quick news-related items while we're in our Christmas party, enjoying a couple of cold ones. No more seasonal cod closure.
Yeah, so this is interesting, Diz. Traditionally, or certainly over the last few years, there's been a seasonal closure from the 1st of August to the 31st of December.
Yeah.
Meaning you couldn't target the fish, the Murray cod, in any section of the River Murray or lower lakes. So you still could target them in the reservoirs, because I've seen that pop up a little bit on social media.
Yeah.
But there was a ban on trawling or specifically targeting the cod.
Yeah.
That's no longer.
It's gone.
So, interestingly, they've said that's now been, instead of an annual closure, it's now a permanent closure for the taking of Murray cod. So, catch and release fishing is now permitted all year round.
Yeah.
But as was the previous rule, you can never take the cod.
Yes. Okay.
So they're fully protected. They're still very hot on that rule where you can't lift them out of the water.
Yeah.
So you have to get those funny looking photos hunched over.
Yes.
But yes, so there's now no close season. It's just a year-long no-take policy.
Yeah, which is interesting. They must have done some analysis on that, you'd think.
Well, it's interesting, Diz, and I know here, I'm just having a look, Recfish has said they'll be seeking an explanation for the changes and certainly do not support the targeting of Murray cod during their spawning season.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that's been a particularly popular move.
No, it won't be a supported move, and I think, you know, as we know with the snapper stocks, for some poor management over a long period of time, we don't want this to be the start of something that puts any more pressure on the cod.
And I think the other thing is, this really came out of the blue. There was no talk about it. It doesn't seem like there's been much consultation.
Yeah.
Don't want to speak for everyone, but I don't think many people were aware of this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, interesting.
So we'll follow that one with close eyes and see what comes of it.
Yes, we will, Rhodey. And one very great news story breaking more recently was that the Coffin Bay oysters have been, or some suppliers have been cleared to provide oysters just in time for Christmas, which is excellent news because it'll support that region and those growers because they've been doing it tough.
Yeah, it is. This is a great story. So far, I think initially SA Health granted 3 emergency orders to allow for Angel Seafood, Pristine Oyster Farm and Southern Air Seafood to harvest and sell oysters from the Point Long Nose Aquaculture Zone for their licensed areas only.
Yep.
So that's how it started, and I think it's like a transitional thing. Over the next few weeks, they'll open up for the rest of them.
Yes.
And they've said, this is great.
Yeah, great timing. Glad they can get into it. No doubt there will be still some affected farmers in the area and our hearts go out to them at this time of year, but a good news story from what was a pretty bleak tale of events.
Certainly, and it'll be interesting whether they do bounce back, in the short term, whether people do jump on them for Christmas or whether there's a bit of ongoing sort of angst about it.
Could be, yeah.
But, they have also said, I think this was a quote from David Basham, saying an ongoing surveillance program has been put in place with regular testing of oysters. Okay. So they are going to keep a close eye on it, and they're talking about the growers implementing procedures to rapidly reduce the temperature of oysters after harvest to further reduce any likelihood of the presence of Vibrio bacteria. Okay. So I know a lot of the oysters would just get put in the boat to get transported back. Maybe now there's going to be sort of, I don't know whether you have a cool room or eskies, and it's only a short trip back to the factories to get processed.
Farms,
but I suppose that's the window that they're concerned about.
Yes, that's right.
So it'll be interesting, and we might even be able to get an oyster farm or something on this.
Yeah, you just never know. That's right, Rhodey. And
we'll add that to the list of guests.
Yeah, we should, absolutely. Rhodey, the Port Wakefield trip, Adelaide to York Peninsula. We always go through Port Wakefield, and great news that the crash corner is no longer a significant concern for people travelling on that road because the Port Wakefield overpass is a goer as of today. Yeah,
so this comes from Fraser Ellis, who's the local member for Narunga, friend of the show and former guest.
Yes.
He has been doing a lot of work on this. He's very happy with himself getting this up.
Oh, yeah, of course he is.
And it's certainly not a finished project. There's still a fair bit to go.
Absolutely, there is, Roddy.
But the overpass itself is up and going 4 months ahead of schedule.
Yeah, which is great news.
So vehicles coming from the York Peninsula will go over the highway on the overpass and rejoin the road southbound, just sort of before Port Wakefield, on their way to Adelaide.
Yeah, which is excellent news, Roddy.
So we'll keep a close eye on that.
Yep.
Both when next time we visit Yorks, which hopefully won't be too far away.
Yep.
And we'll keep an eye on the social media for when further parts of this big operation open up.
Yes.
So that's a great little Christmas present for everyone heading over to Yorks, isn't it?
It is, Roddy, and Yeah, look, it probably leads us into our, well, not necessarily the next report, but it'll be nice to be able to report on some catches over, hopefully, the summer where we have got onto them over York Peninsula. But it does lead us into our report where we're going to be obviously talking about some reports off Largs and the metro area of some tuna.
Yeah, it is. That's become a bit of a tuna hotspot.
It has, and this is really going to relieve some pressure off Victor Harbour, Rody.
And by saying a tuna hotspot, I mean one school's been spotted. But nonetheless, it's still an amazing story.
It is.
A reader of SA Angler sent it into the Men's Fourth guys.
Yes.
Of the family, and they have shared it on their Facebook page. It had at least, well, it was well over 20,000 views at one, and that was within a day or so.
Yeah.
So it went fairly viral, I would have thought.
Yes.
And there was reports there was like 30 boats out there chasing them.
Yes.
So,
and we did see a boat supposedly caught him off Grange. I don't know that we can 100%.
It's very hard to know because you could always use whatever photo you like,
yes.
really. But they've certainly been there because that video certainly looked like Largs.
Yes.
And I'm sure SA Angler wouldn't be sharing something that they weren't fairly confident was accurate.
Yes, no, that's right. So very interesting story.
So, and just before we move on, do you think this is what's going to happen more and more with global warming?
Well, yes. I suspect those types of fish that are seasonal and move with different weather patterns, we will see some differing locations that they'll pop up.
So, anyway.
So it'll be interesting to watch it each year. But
do you reckon everyone will take their tuna gear out crabbing off Grange and Glenelg?
Oh, God, it'd be an absolute sight. It'd be so good to watch.
Have their Saragosas packed up on the back of the boat just for their crabbing missions?
What I would say is just have the tuna stick in wherever you go.
Oh, you can
just have it in.
Just get a little like 3-piece travel rod.
Just keep it in there.
Ready to go. Cut the Trosso hards in the glove box there.
You know when you might see him leaving the outer harbour breakwater.
But anyway, Diz, the tuna I wouldn't say they're biting hot.
No,
but there have been some reports.
Yes.
Both from probably more over the Eyre Peninsula, but a few from Victor Harbour and Yorks.
Yep.
Not heaps, but you'd think the continued, it's supposed to be good weather this week. You'd think that'd be enough to bring them on.
Yeah, you would, Rody.
I reckon they're very close to coming on in a big way.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right. And another thing that's been coming on in a big way, Rody, since the opening of the Happy Valley Reservoir has, of course, been the cod.
Yes, Diz, everyone's getting them but me.
Yeah, they've really shown you up, mate.
I gave it a little crack at about lunchtime on Saturday, so it probably wasn't prime time. There were heaps of people there.
Yeah, busy.
Lots of walkers, lots of bike riders, lots of kayakers.
Good to see, no doubt.
Certainly some spots were heavily fished.
Yep.
Certainly around that tower thing where the pontoon is, there was lots of people fishing there.
Okay.
So I had a bit of a look there and I was like, well, a bit much for me, too many people. So I went somewhere else for a bit of a look. Didn't get any. I'm not sure it was user fault.
No? Okay.
Oh, it could have been. Could have also been bad time of the day, so I would be keen to go maybe one evening or something.
Okay, yeah.
But certainly there's been heaps of reports, heaps of photos. Seems like lots of people have been getting them.
Yes.
Lots in kayaks have been getting them.
Yeah, no, it's a really good...
But enough getting them off the bank as well.
Yeah, really good to see people are getting amongst them, Rody.
So tag us in your photos if you do head down to Happy Valley, Diz.
Absolutely.
And we'll have to get down there for a crack soon.
Oh, for sure, Rody. And that probably just rolls us really brilliantly into... Well, what are we doing for the Christmas New Year fishing plans? Where are we going? What are we going to be targeting? Well, naturally, we're going to be eyeing off some weather windows for an Allthorpe's mission.
Yeah, Diz, we're both sort of working on and off over Christmas. So we're not going anywhere too ridiculous, too far-fetched.
No.
But we will be keeping our eye for a little window of weather to make the Marion Bay Allthorpe's trip a reality.
Yes, absolutely. And by the same token, we'll be keeping our eyes on the weather off Victor Harbour, and as the tuna start to fire over summer, we'll be getting down there and maybe even a bit of bottom bouncing down.
And I suppose the advantage of that is you can pick a half day.
Yeah.
To get down to Marion Bay, you need a whole day, probably a night, ideally.
Yeah.
But Victor Harbour and maybe an afternoon session at Victor.
Yeah, probably.
So we'll try and get down there over Christmas, New Year's if we can. And And we've also got a wedding on in the Brossadies.
Yes, we have, Rhodey.
So Adam Perryman, friend of the show, lives up there, and he knows a few little redfin ponds or lakes or rivers.
We'll definitely be flicking a lure or two.
So we'll put the suits on, and maybe while the girls are finishing off getting dressed, we'll nip down the creek for a little flick.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
And I think we will try and get over to Happy Valley.
Yes, maybe a better time of day, a little less busy.
Maybe if it wasn't sort of the morning after the cricket, I'll be a bit earlier out of bed.
True.
We'll get down there at a nice time.
Yes, we will. We will.
Maybe slightly less hungover. We might do a little bit better.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt, Rhodey.
So that is the plans over Christmas, Diz.
Yep, and we can't wait.
And we'll be back with another episode early in the new year to keep you updated on all those plans, Diz.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Rhodey.
All right, now
keep
this...
the listeners up to date.
Yeah, we will, Diz. Now, this is probably the highlight of the show, Diz.
Oh, yeah, boy, it is.
This is what everyone's tuning in for.
This is what they're tuning in for, Rhodey. It's a huge announcement. This one of the most anticipated competitions of the 2021 calendar year.
You know the home lottery, Diz?
Got nothing on this.
I'm not sure they even got enough entrants in that compared to this. So, Diz, our competition we've been running on social media, supported by Let's Go Fishing / How's Your Tackle.
Great guys.
Troll So Hard Lures.
Flacky.
Savage Tackle.
Simon.
Lazy Fisho.
Richard.
And some of our own gear.
Oh, yes, the boys. And what an absolute conglomerate it was to put together what is an excellent Christmas package, and the lucky winner will be extremely thrilled to see that turn up for Christmas.
They will, Diz, and we've got hundreds of entries here.
Yes, we
have.
have.
And we've put them in a spreadsheet, given them each a number.
Yep.
And we have just entered it, Diz, into this random number generator.
Yes, Rhodey. Who have we got?
So I'm about to click the generate button.
Click it.
Click.
The anticipation's killing me.
The wheel's spinning.
If we had some sort of drum roll, we would put it on. But
all right, Diz, we've got number 16.
16. Who is it?
Diz, you've got the spreadsheet.
Okay, well, 16. Let me scroll.
It's not that far down, Diz.
There we are. It's Alison Hyatt.
Alison Hyatt, well done. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you, Alison. Very deserving winner.
Yes, so Alison shared us on Facebook, Diz.
Yes.
And very well deserved. Keen listener of the show, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely, Rhodey.
And I think we had a couple of Hyatts that were fairly keen on commenting and sharing and liking, so
yes.
Did only enter them all once.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
we did.
They were it's a great winner.
Yes, absolutely, Rhodey.
Certainly keen.
Yeah, look, that rounds out a fantastic competition to wind up the end of the year, Rhodey, but we look forward to doing many more.
Yeah, so if you are listening out there, Alison, we'll be getting in contact with you very shortly, and we'll get that prize pack out to you.
Yes, absolutely. And look, Rhodey, great year in review. It's worthwhile pointing out that naturally all the listeners can find us on the socials, and they should also be making sure that they're tagging us in their fishing adventures over the coming summer.
Yes, Diz, and it's been a great year as evidenced by our oranges and lemons.
Yes.
The oranges certainly outweighed the lemons.
They certainly did, Rhodey, and we look forward to a bigger and better 2022.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Rhodey and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.